Kirby movie? Kirby didn't have a movie yet.
Okay, hello everybody. We are back for day 2, and we actually managed to, start on time. Start early, in fact. Well, maybe I should not be talking right now. Uh, well, whatever. We can be a little early. People can settle while I talk about other things. Okay, so welcome back. Day 2, we will be continuing the tutorial of Renpy today. If you missed it, yesterday's video is up on both our Twitch page and our YouTube page. Both are at J McKenna Stories. We do apologize. There seems to be some sort of volume issue depending on what you watch it on. The background music for Renpy seems to be extremely loud, and it's hard to hear the voice over it if you watch it on YouTube on certain devices. We're not sure why that is. It seems to be fine if you watch it from your computer, but it's a little difficult to hear if you watch it on your phone, and it's extremely difficult to hear if you watch it on something like a PlayStation. We're not entirely sure why that is or what the issue is. We fiddled with some settings today, so hopefully that isn't the case going forward, but if it is, we will continue to try things. In the meantime, we just recommend that you, I guess, rewatch or go back and watch for the first time the old videos, either on a computer or, worst case scenario, your phone, and maybe just for now avoid using things like television. Not to say that we are TV worthy, but it is unfortunate. So we're not really sure what's going on there, but we will try to fix that. We will. Let's get into this, I guess. Just straight off the bat, we will be coming back tomorrow again for our next stream. That will be another Renpy coding stream. April 18th at 2 p.m. MST. That is Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. MST. Considering how the tutorial went yesterday, I'm just going to assume right off the bat we're not going to finish the tutorial today, so it will most likely be a continuation of what the Renpy coding tutorial is. Another reminder, on April 28th, again, time is still TBD for that, we will be doing the Community Construction Snake demo and Creator Q&A. That is the community fan game that is created by a local creator to where we are streaming from. So we will have that creator with us, and they will be telling us how they made the game, what inspired them to do it, how you guys can get your hands on it, and all the while we'll be playing, from the sounds of it, a demo of the first significant amount of levels for it. So, that should be interesting, fun, entertaining. You guys can watch me be horrible at it because it's not the type of game I am good at. So, should be a lot of frustration and death. Good time. And then our Play Until Passing Out stream will be May 1st. And that is the stream of me sitting at the computer for hopefully days on days on days on end with no sleep. May 1st, it will be the Minecraft edition. So it'll just be me playing Minecraft, mostly building things, mostly being OCD about the things I build, and trying not to die if at all possible. And that will just go until I pass out at the keyboard. And we are hoping, we don't really want to guarantee a certain amount of time, but we're hoping I get pretty far. Usually I can stay awake for like at least 3 days, so we're hoping it's going to be a decent amount of time. There will also be incentives, goals to reach. If we hit certain goals, we have like a box of really weird makeover things that I will be slapping all over my face. And day 4, if we get there, we will start giving away merchandise that is designed by our very own Jay McKenna. And if you want to support the team or get your hands on any of that merchandise early, you can always visit our Redbubble, which is also at Jay McKenna Stories. So let's get into today's actual stream now that it is past the time I said we would start at, so that we're not doing this early. And once again, hopefully the volume problem is taken care of. Fingers crossed on that one. We will find out later today, I guess. So again, this is Renpy, free game to use, used for making visual novels, life simulators, dating sims, things of that nature. It is free to use. They 100% let you use it for whatever you want. If you make a game and you post it using this program on like Steam or whatever, they don't ask for any payment or anything like that. This game can be found at renpy.org. That's renpy.org. So this is what we are planning to use to create our own visual novel, Atome. Need to kind of square that down. Dating sim. We'll go with dating sim going forward until we've really figured out what we're doing with that. Oh, I should probably mention that here. So for those who did not tune in yesterday, speaking now is Jane of the Jay McKenna team. I am the voice, the face, the legend. That's what we're going to go with. And sitting next to me is Jay McKenna. They are our silent leader. They want to keep their gender anonymous just to keep the bias out of our projects. We don't want people being like, I don't want sci-fi written by a girl. I don't want romance written by a boy. So we're just avoiding that altogether by just not telling you. You'll never know. You'll never know, and it shouldn't matter, but apparently it does to some. So Jay is our silent anonymous leader who will be running through this program with me so that they can also learn how the hell to use it and what exactly it does. So I swear I'm not talking to myself. There is another person in the room. All right, so we'll go back into the tutorial. And we last left off finishing positioning images. So today we will start with transitions. Oh yeah, there's so much tutorial left. Oh yeah, we're doing this for days. Okay. Start with transitions. What do you got for us, Eileen? Oh, we should probably fix this. Yeah, okay. Good job. What do we got, Eileen? It can be somewhat jarring for the game to jump from place to place. Whoa. To help take some... somebody didn't... someone didn't proofread this. To help take some of edge off a change in scene, Renpy supports the use of transitions. Let's try that scene change again, but this time we'll use transitions. Whoa. How smooth. I said that without reading that. I mean, maybe I should keep my comments to myself. That's much smoother. Here's some example code showing how we include transitions in our game. It uses the with statement. The with statement causes the scene to transition from the last things shown to the things currently being shown. It takes a transition as an argument. In this case, we're using the dissolve transition. This transition takes as an argument the amount of time the dissolve should take. I feel like that is not proper English whatsoever. This transition takes as an argument the amount of time the dissolve should take. It's wordy, guys. Like, come on. Like, just streamline it a bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. In this case, each transition takes half a second. We can define a short name for a transition using the define statement. Here's the defining slow dissolve to be a dissolve that takes a whole second. Sorry, guys, art. We have an office dog who is being a brat right now. There we go. Alright, the office dog has joined the chat. Everybody say hello to Nika. Yes, hello, Nika. Okay, can you stop being a brat so that we can get through this? Yes? Okay, thank you. Once a transition has been given a short name, we can use it in our game. Renpy defines some transitions for you, like dissolve, fade, and move. For more complex or customized transitions, you'll have to define your own. So, like, I mean, define your own, but like then, like you would think that the definitions would have to be built in, because like, how are you supposed to do like a star swipe without it already being automatically in the game? Like, how are you supposed to? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we might not be good enough coders to actually know what we're able to do with this game. We were told that this would be an easy use, but I'm getting concerned when it tells us we'll have to define our own customized transitions. Oh, well, okay. Jay doesn't seem as worried, but if you're interested, check out the transitions gallery section of this tutorial. Okay, well, sure, that was short and sweet. Basically just said you could do transitions. Music and sound effects. Another important part of a visual novel or simulation game is the soundtrack. Renpy breaks sound up into channels. The channel a sound is played on determines if the sound loops and if it is saved and restored within the game. When a sound is played on the music channel, it is looped, and it is saved when the game is saved. When the channel named sound is used, the sound is played once and then stopped. It isn't saved. The sound themselves are stored in audio files. Renpy supports the Opus, OGG Vorbis, and MP3 formats. Let's check out some of the commands that can affect the music channel. The play music command replaces the currently playing music and replaces it with the named file name. This song is called Sunflower Slow Drag. Is this like an actual song? Like a hopefully public domain actual song? Hopefully. We just kind of assumed it was public domain given the nature of the game, but maybe we should have looked into that first. If you specify the currently playing song, it will restart it. Isn't it there? If the optional fade out clause is given, it will fade out the currently playing music before starting the new music. The queue statement also adds music to the named channel, but it waits until the currently playing song is finished before playing the new music. The third statement is the stop statement. It stops the music playing on a channel. It too takes the fade out clause. See, that didn't sound like it faded out though. That sounded like it just stopped. Like zero fade out. Am I hearing things? No, maybe. Unlike the music channel, playing a sound on the sound channel causes it to play only once. You can queue up multiple sounds on the sound channel, but the sound will only play one at a time. Renpy has separate mixers for sound, music, and voices, so the player can adjust them as they like. I mean, that's good. We do have like a list of music, specifically songs that are thematic to the game that we are making. It gets a little murky with the legality of it, so at some point we are going to have to like reach out to the people who created the songs and see if we can purchase the rights to use them in our game or if they'll just let us use them in our game. But in terms of that, that's going to be like the last thing we add. We have like a playlist made. We have it on our Spotify right now. But it's like a list of people we need to contact basically to find out how much they want for us to have the like distribution and play rights for the songs that we want to use in our game. We kind of expect it to be expensive, or at least more expensive than anything else that we're doing in this game. So we are debating the idea of maybe a Kickstarter once we get towards the end. Like once our game is like looking good, we're thinking of doing a Kickstarter so that we can get to specific tiers and hopefully early on unlock what we need to pay for those music rights. And if that falls through for whatever reason, if the person refuses to even let us think about using their stuff, we do have a few offers to write songs specifically for our game. We're not entirely sure we want to go that route just because it becomes so much more complicated, and then like everything needs to be really specific, and like especially after finding songs that work so well with our idea, we're really hoping that we get to use those the ones that we found. But if we have to rely on like local talent to create songs for our game, we'll end up doing that. But regardless, eventually our game will have music in it. It's just depends on what songs we get. Okay, choices in Python. Many visual novels require the player to make choices from in-game menus. These choices can add some challenge to the game or adjust it to the player's preferences. Do you like to play visual novels with choices in them? I mean, yes, we do. Do we not? Yeah? Okay. Our dating sim will obviously have a lot of choices, otherwise you can't control who you end up dating, so. While creating a multi-path visual novel can be a bit more work, it can yield a unique experience. And that's kind of what we're going for. Like, the dating sim, I mean, yes, it's technically a quote-unquote dating sim, but we're going for more of like a visual novel dating sim. So, we're not going to be doing the type of dating sim where it gives you a calendar day every day and then it's like, what are you going to do today? And then if you like choose to go to the cafeteria on April 1st, then bam, you've unlocked an event. Or if you choose to study math the whole time, then bam, you suddenly romanced the smart one somehow. That's not how we're doing it. We are strictly going with, you make the choice of, do you want to talk to this person, yes or no? And when you're talking to them, what do you say to them? So like, we don't like how complicated certain dating sims get, or how like really specific certain dating sims get, because at a certain point it kind of seems like elitist. Is that the word I'm looking for? It at a certain point it seems like, well, like if you don't figure out that on April 1st you should go to the cafeteria, then shame on you. You haven't played this game enough. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just play the game 700 times to figure out to go to the cafeteria? Or I can like look up a cheat online, but that kind of takes you out of the game as well. Like, both options make the game less fun and take the player out of the gaming experience. We want you to be like as immersed in a dating sim as someone possibly can be, which to us just means the choices are like put in front of you and then you can decide what you want to do from there. So we're not going to hide anything from you in the game. You're just going to have to, you'll have to play it multiple times, obviously, to get the different endings, but we're not going to like make you play it over and over and over again until you figure out you have to do this on this day and this on this day. Like, we just feel like that eventually leads to people just looking up guides online, and that's not really the gaming experience we want to provide with the one that we are building. Here you can see the code for that menu. If you scroll down, you can see the code we run after the menu. Okay, so they're calling the choices menus. Yeah. This is like where the coding's getting to actual coding. This is where it's gonna, our game's gonna start actually looking like a game. Menus are introduced by the menu statement. The menu statement takes an indented block in which there can be one line of dialogue and multiple choices. Each choice must end with a colon, as each choice has its own block of Renpy code that is run when the choice is selected. Here, each block jumps to a label. While you could put small amounts of Renpy code inside a menu label, it's probably good practice to usually jump to a bigger block of code. Scrolling down past the menu, you can see the labels that the menu jumps to. There are 3 labels here, named Choice 1, Yes, Choice 1, No, and Choice 1, Done. When the first menu choice is picked, we jump to the Choice 1, Yes, which runs 2 lines of script before jumping to Choice 1, Done. Similarly, picking the second choice jumps to Choice 1, No, which also runs 2 lines of script. The lines beginning with the $sign are lines of Python code, which are used to set a flag based on the user's choice. Did everybody hear Nika yawn? Are you sleepy, puppers? Are you sleepy? I'd let you go if you weren't being a brat. I'd let you go sleep in the other room. You can sleep on my lap. You can yawn all you want into the microphone. I'm sure the listeners think it's adorable. And if not, how dare you not call our dog adorable? Just based on interest, I would love to see, like, you'll probably end up seeing Nika on camera at some point during our actual video streams, but I would love before then if anybody has an opinion on what they think Nika is, what type of dog. There are clues out there already. So, if anybody is a diehard fan and wants to sift through all of our stuff, the flag is named menu flag, and it's set to true or false based on the user's choice. If the statement can be used to test a flag, so the game... Oh, yeah, I read that wrong, sorry. I'm sorry. The if statement can be used to test a flag, so the game can remember the user's choices. For example, I remember that you plan to use menus in your game. Here's an example that shows how we can test a flag and do different things if it is true or not. Finally, this shows how you can show dialogue and menus at the same time. Understand? Yes, we understand. Do you understand? I also understand. All right. Great! Although we don't demonstrate it here, Renpy supports making decisions based on a combination of points, flags, and other factors, which is much better because that's kind of more what we need when we're doing our web of dating potential. One of Renpy's big advantages is the flexibility using a scripting language like Python provides us. It lets us easily scale from kinetic novels to complex simulation games. So we're on input and yeah. Input and interpolation. Some games might prompt the player for input. What's your name? What are we going with? Yeah, okay. Just that. Alright. That's done with Python, and especially the Renpy input function. The first line of this example prompts the player for some texts and sticks it in this name variable. Oh, they were going to name us Guy Shy. Oftentimes, you'll want to clean the name up before you use it. The last line does that by calling the strip method to remove white space and replacing the name with the default if it is missing. Okay, so if we had like written like Jay McKenna, for instance, it was just gonna put all of that together. Oh, squirmy dog. To interpolate a variable, write it in square brackets. Isn't that right, Jay? Oh, so like as in to like call it back? Gotcha. Variable names can also be shown in character names. To do that, just include the variable in square brackets in the character's name. Got it? I think I do. That's you. I think I do. Is that enough of like a completely unknown, non-existent accent? Is that a good? Yeah. I am bad at impressions, people. Never. Another yawn from the dog. Never count on my impressions to be anywhere near anything. Can't speak this afternoon. Variable interpolation also works with other variables. Here, the answer is 42, and the flag is true. What? So what? Meaning what? It didn't... Feels like that was supposed to go farther, and then it didn't. Okay, well, maybe it'll make sense later. Okay, video playback. Renpy supports playing movies. There are two ways of doing this. The first way allows you to show a movie as an image, along with every other image that's displayed on the screen. To do this, we first have to define an image to be a movie displayable. Movie displayables take a movie to play and can be given position properties.
3, 2, 1.
Then we can show the movie displayable, which starts the movie playing.
Liftoff. 3, 2.
When we no longer want to play the movie, we can hide it. The other way to show a movie is with the Renpy movie cutscene Python function. This shows the movie full screen, either until it ends or until the user clicks.
3.
So then, is there no way to, like, show a movie with dialogue?
Liftoff.
Or, like, maybe you'd have to show it as an image, but, like, stretch the image to be full screen. A movie displayable can also take a mask with an alpha channel, which lets you make movie sprites. But that's more complicated, so I'll stop here for now. Okay, so basically she's just saying you can use movies in your game. Good to know. Possibly. I don't know if we're gonna be doing that. I know that you had drawn like a nightclub scene, but like, I don't know if that's movie worthy. Whoop! Sorry, dog. Dog. NVL mode. NVL style games are games that cover the full screen with text rather than placing it in a window at the bottom of the screen, like this. To use NVL mode, you need to define characters with a kind equals NVL. Then just use that character in a say statement. You use NVL clear to clear the screen when that becomes necessary. Okay, but it just cleared the screen and then didn't do anything and then continued on. So what was that supposed to do? The NVL show and NVL hide statements use transitions to show and hide the NVL window. NVL mode also supports showing menus to the player, providing it's the last thing on the screen. Understand? So like maybe we can use this for like flashbacks or like cutaways or inner monologues, maybe. Yeah, ideas are forming. Okay. Good. Games can mix NVL mode and the normal ADV mode by having some characters that have kind equals NVL and some that do not. I don't know, the NVL mode, like even in the tutorial, the NVL mode seemed very like not sketchy, but like I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. You're the one who wanted me to be the voice. Picked a person who can't talk to be the person who talks all the time. You can specify transitions that occur when going from NVL mode to ADV mode, as well as when going from ADV mode to NVL mode. Text tags like W work in NVL mode, as does the extend special character. And that's it for NVL mode. Are we supposed to know what the text tag W does? They're just kind of like, yeah, W works. Okay, well, like, see, it like flashes before it goes away. I don't know. That doesn't seem great. We'll discuss it. Tools and the interactive director. There are a few tools you can access by pressing the right commands on the keyboard. Typing Shift R turns on auto reload mode. When it's enabled, your game will automatically reload when you edit a script file. Shift O brings you to the console, which lets you enter Renpy and Python commands to try them out. Shift D pops up a developer menu with access to these and other functions. The most powerful tool is the interactive director that lets you add images, music, and voice lines to your game from inside Renpy. The idea is that you can use an editor to write the script and logic of your visual novel and then interactively add images in the right places. You can try the interactive director out right now by using it to change this tutorial game. Be sure to click my dialogue at the bottom of the screen to advance the tutorial. If something goes wrong, don't worry. Quitting and restarting this tutorial will remove your changes and bring you everything back to normal. To get started, let's go back to a blank slate with no images on the screen. You can show the director at any time by pressing the D key on your keyboard. Renpy will reload and you'll come back here. Try it out now. Let's add it back. Well, let's do what it said. Yeah, okay. Except it like cuts off the bottom. Oh, because it like reloaded it in not in like window mode. That was weird. Good thing I had nothing open underneath this. Let's add a background. Click the plus to pick where to add it. Click the plus. Oh. And then the scene statement and Washington for the image. Finally, click add to add it. Scene statement. Washington. Whoa. Click add to add it. Done. Next, add a sprite. Click plus, then show. It told us to... What was the thing that we were supposed to be using? Well, like, D reloads it, right? Oh, no, D just brings it up. So I don't know what it was talking about. Click plus, then show Eileen happy, add. Plus, show Eileen happy, and add. Dissolve it in by clicking the second plus, then with dissolve add. With add. You can edit or remove statements with the pencil icon. You can move me to the right by editing the show statement, then clicking transform, right, and change. Oh. Sorry guys, the dog is a mess today. Never live stream with an office dog. They get everything off track. Here. Hey, take your toy. Take your toy. Get out of here. You can move me to the right by editing the show statement and clicking transform right and change. Edit. Oh, show. Ah. Yeah, you figured that out way faster than I did. Yeah. Click it. Oh, you're supposed to click transform. Yeah. Arm right, and then change. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, like, you can, like, code the basics of everything and then bring this up, and then it's just kind of like a click and change. That might make things, like, much easier down the line. Or much more complicated, depending on how good we are at this eventually. Finally, you can use the play, cue, stop, and voice statements to manage audio. Try adding play music, sunflower show drag. Look at all these sounds they got. What's Renpy All-Stars? Oh, that's way better. That's way less annoying than the sunflower one. I like how it, like, makes you do all that and then does not be like, how dare you not listen to me? How dare you chose a different song? You did not follow the tutorial, therefore you did not learn. The changes you make with the director are permanent. Oh god. What did you do? I didn't do anything. Okay. The changes you make with the director are permanent. They're saved to the script, and you can roll back or repeat this section to see them. However, we reset this tutorial when the game restarts, so you can try again from a clean slate. That won't happen with your own visual novel. I hope these tools make developing your visual novel that much easier. I mean, it sounds like it might be easier. Maybe, possibly. Do you want to, like, yeah. Okay, do you want to, like, do tools and then building and then call it for today? Alright, sounds good. Okay, tools and the interactive director then. Woo! Wait, no, we just did this. I'm sorry, I told you to click that one, and this is definitely the one we just did. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Neither one of us were really paying attention. Well, I mean, yeah, there's like 20 minutes left if we do building distributions and then... Okay. Building distributions. Somehow that permanently changed our music when it didn't the first time around. I don't know how we both managed to mess that up so badly. One thing Renpy makes easy is building distributions of your visual novel so that you can give it to players. And now the sound is back to what it was at. Gosh. Before you build... Sorry, the dog. We need to, like, sequester the dog tomorrow. Because, like, I'm easily distracted, and the dog today is just not making it easy. Before you build distributions, you should use the lint command to check your game for problems. While not every potential problem lint reports is a real issue, they generally are, and you should try to understand what might be wrong. After lint has finished, you can choose build distributions to build the Windows, Linux, Macs. New from Apple, HBO Max computers. Yep. Sorry. Build distributions to build the Windows, Linux, and Mac distributions of your game. This can be simple by clicking the Build button when you're not on a Mac. Oh, it's a good thing we're making this on a PC. It sounds like it's more complicated on a Mac. If you are on a Macintosh, you can have Renpy sign the Mac application, which makes it easier for players to run. To enable this, you need to set build.mac identity in options.rpy. Renpy supports the mobile platforms, Android and iOS. We also support Chrome OS through its ability to run Android apps. So basically, once we build our game, you'll be able to play it on PC, Mac, and any mobile device like a phone or a Chromebook should be able to play our game no matter what, which is kind of the incentive we had to using this program, because instead of having to learn how to code the game 7 different times, we would only have to learn how to do it once, and then it's going to export it for all platforms for us, which is why we decided that this was the best option instead of like sitting down and learning Python or something like that. This just kind of saves time while also increasing accessibility, which, you know, all good things, right? So that's the main reason, I think, is probably accurate to say. The main reason we went with this. These mobile platforms can be a bit more complicated. While Android apps can be built everywhere, iOS requires Mac. Now, we do have an access to a Mac computer. So, again, we will be able to run it, like, release this on iOS and Mac. It'll probably be like the last thing we do. Just seeing how like we're gonna have to import it over to the other computer and stuff. But we do have a Mac, so it will happen. Mobile platforms might also require you to change your visual novel a little due to the smaller, limited devices. For example, buttons need to be made large enough for a person to touch. Rather than cover mobile here, I'll point you to the Android and iOS documentation where you can read more. Thanks to the distribution tools Renpy ships with, there are thousands of visual novels available. I hope that soon yours will be one of them. Why, thank you, Eileen. How nice of you. Where are we on time? 15 minutes. Okay. Do you want to, instead of doing in-depth? Yeah. Okay, so that is going to be the end of our tutorial playing today. So we've done all the quick start stuff and gone through it all. Tomorrow we'll start with the in-depth stuff. There's quite a lot of that, and I'm assuming these tutorials are slightly longer as well. But we do need to go through everything before we start even like attempting our game, because we just want to know what we're capable of doing, so that if an idea pops into our head, we know, okay, yeah, I can do that, or okay, no, I can't. So we will be going through this whole tutorial before we actually start in on our own game. Whether or not it's going to be easy to follow, which I'm assuming it's not. Like, we've already gotten lost a couple times. But at the very least, that is the general quick start overview of how this game is played. And like, we kind of have a small idea of what we're doing, and like, we've at least been able to discuss some of the things that we're hoping to bring to this game in the future. So we'll end the tutorial stream here for today. Do you want to? Yeah. So, speaking again, well, hang on. We'll close this out so that we're not listening to that music again, just in case this stream audio issues are still persisting. which hopefully they're not. Okay, so continuing on. Again, our next stream then will be tomorrow, April 18th at 2 p.m. MST. That is 1 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. or nope, I'm already speaking wrong. 1 p.m. Specifically 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern. That is our mainstream for Renpy coding. And like I said, we will get into the specifics. Then we will move on to like the in-depth hard mode stuff that we stopped at today. And then our upcoming special event streams. Once again, there's a community fan game being made and developed and drawn and coded, etc. And that is Construction Snake. It is a game that is mentioned in the later seasons. I want to say it's season 5, is it? I think. Pretty sure it's season 5. They mention it and how Donkey Kong, I think it was, is a ripoff of Construction Snake. So the creator of this fan-made game is actually local, so they will be joining us in-house to sit next to us and take criticisms, answer questions, walk you through the process, possibly, maybe, hopefully. We have put together a few questions for them ourselves, and while they talk and answer those questions, etc., I will be playing the demo myself. This will all be on camera, so it'll be your first look at me. It'll just be me and the creator, though. Jay clearly can't make an appearance as they are attempting to remain anonymous. So it will be me and the creator of the fan-made Community Construction Snake game, and that will be April 28th. That's a Sunday, people. Mark it on your calendar. Don't write the time down, though, because we still don't know what time that will be taking place at. The creator doesn't exactly have their full schedule for that day yet, but that is the best day to be filming it. So no matter what, we will be filming it on April 28th. We just don't know what time, whether it will be noon or 11 o'clock at night. We will figure that out once the game creator gets back to us with their detailed schedule. And then once we have that time, we will post on all of our socials as well as update these slides so that you guys know when to tune in for that. Also coming up is our first Play Until Passing Out. The office likes to make fun of my unique skill of sleeping for days in a row and then being awake for days in a row. So they have decided to put it to good use and make me entertain you all on camera. I'll be doing that by playing Minecraft that day. Basically, we're just gonna throw Minecraft up, turn the camera on, and run it until I fall asleep in front of all of you. That will be starting May 1st at 6 p.m., which is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have prepared, I think, more for this than anything else in our lives. We have a significant amount of caffeine on hand for me for that day. We have caffeinated chocolates. We have caffeinated drinks. We have super spicy food. Pretty much anything we could think of that would keep me awake. We have like cold masks. And then we have goals and incentives. Then I haven't mentioned this. I think I blocked out that I agreed to do this, and I'm just now remembering it and regretting all of my life decisions. On what did we decide for that? The second day? On the second day of streaming, which, I mean, it's pretty easy to stay awake for more than 24 hours. So I think we can definitely guarantee at least a 2-day stream, like at least a 24-hour plus stream. So on the second day, we haven't decided what the goals will be. We're thinking probably subscribers, like legitimate like subscribers to our channel. For every subscriber we get to our Twitch that day, I will be eating a cricket. We where are they? They're close to here, right? Somewhere? There they are. We have purchased a variety pack. That's right. There's varieties. We've purchased a variety pack of flavored crickets. They are edible crickets. I'm opening them right now and cringing. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh no. There's like dust in the box. Can you hear this? Oh god. There's like 7 in a box, and there are several boxes. Oh no, there's a diagram of crickets on the back and like what each is. Oh, the rump, the flank, the drumstick, the breast, the wings. These people are mean, man. Not recommended for people with a shellfish allergy. That is interesting. That's weird. All right. Anyway, oh god, they look so disturbing. We have multiple flavors. There's salt and vinegar. There's can you hear me getting nauseous? There's bacon and cheese flavor. Oh god. And there's sour cream and onion. So for every subscriber we get, I will be eating a cricket that day. So, you know, if you really, really want to see me just absolutely hate myself, make sure you tune in for that stream. I mean, we have a makeover the third day, just full of ridiculous things, mostly to like keep me awake. There's like lip lacquer and like weird eye things. We got some gems that we can like put all over my face. We're gonna make me look ridiculous on the third day. And on the fourth day, we will be giving out merchandise. And some of that merchandise along the lines of there's like mugs, there's shirts, there's sweaters, pretty much almost anything you want. There are tiers, and we have sat down and like figured it all out. So that will be an insane undertaking. We are hoping for the best. We're hoping that I get a decent ways in. I can usually lose myself in an OCD game like Minecraft pretty easily, but you know, we'll see. I mean, crickets though. Like, come on, you want to see someone eat crickets on camera? This is going to be the place to be. So that's May 1st, starting at 6 p.m. MST, which is math, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And, you know, in the meantime, we will be doing these coding streams. Again, we're doing another one tomorrow at 2 p.m. MST, 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern. And you will be able to catch any of these that you missed by going to our Twitch page or our YouTube page, both of which are at J McKenna Stories. Like, follow, subscribe, share, discuss, criticize, whatever you want. And that is also our socials for everything else. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, every single Deviant Art. I think, right? You have Deviant Art. Everything is posted under the username at @JMcKennaStories. So any support you can give us by going to any of those, liking, following, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends, interacting with us, send us a message, guys. We would love to hear from you. You can also email us. We have an email, j.mckenna.stories@gmail.com. Really anything. We would love to interact with you guys. So if you're able, that's great. If you're not, in the meantime, maybe mark your calendars, take the day off, make sure that you're hanging out with us. Again, April 28th for the Community Construction Snake game, and May 1st for Playing Until Passing Out. And I think that's where we're going to end it for today. So thank you very much for being with us, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.